What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. It feels like forever since we've been on.
It really does.
And as always, I'm one half of your dynamic duo, Twisted, alongside Brother Pyro.
What's up, y'all?
So today we have Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor.
Oh, yeah. This kicks off our biggest weekend of Wrestling Crossroads.
Yes.
To date.
This is honestly a lot bigger than the one that we went through where it was 6 in one weekend.
Well, yeah, because you got to think about it. We have, technically speaking, 4 shows.
Mm-hmm.
At about 2 episodes a show.
Yep.
We're going to be giving you guys about 8 episodes by the end of this weekend. Because we have Supercard tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We have Stand and Deliver tomorrow.
Mania
Night 1.
Yep.
Mania Night 2. So can you say that's a lot?
Oh, yeah.
We cluttered.
Oh, yeah.
But all right, I think we get this wrestling party started.
Yes, please kick us off.
AAA Mega Championship El Hijo del Vikingo versus Commander.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the sake of both of us not necessarily being super familiar with them and their work, I know via a few highlights of one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little bit more information under my belt, especially after watching Hijo's match with Kenny Omega. I think it was last week? This past Wednesday? Last week Wednesday?
I believe it was last week Wednesday.
It was a recent Dynamite.
Okay.
I'm picking Hijo, but because you are unfamiliar, you didn't feel right picking.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
And you know what? I understand completely because I would do the same thing. Like I said, just not being super familiar with the work, not really knowing what the storyline is behind any of this because I don't really have access to AAA.
Yeah.
Haven't been able to get on to Honor Club and get that up and going to familiarize yourself and get myself reacquainted with the Ring of Honor product there. But let's bring us into the next match, my love.
So we have the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team championship on the line. The Embassy against Blake Christian, Metalik, and AR Fox. Me and you both went with Blake Christian, Metalik, and AR Fox. And we both have the same reasoning for it. That being?
So from what I've read, and obviously I have yet to see any confirmation of anything,
Mm-hmm.
but it's looking like Brian Cage, member of the Embassy, his contract is actually set to expire, and this is the last event he has for his AEW / Ring of Honor contract. Now, if that is true, I don't necessarily see him sticking around because in the year or so that he's been under Tony Khan, we've seen him a handful of times. He's been begging to be featured and really not getting much of anything. So I think he's going to pack up and ship himself elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not true, then, well, I hope things actually work out for him more under the Tony Khan role of Ring of Honor AEW, because he is an absolute amazing talent.
Okay. And I'm not very familiar with a whole lot of this because of it being Ring of Honor, but I do my best to engage when it does come to it, and I know we're working on trying to get that Honors Club up and running on our end.
Get Honors Club up and running so that way, again, familiarize you, get me reacquainted, because Ring of Honor has always been some damn good wrestling.
Yeah. All right, take us into the next one.
ROH Television Championship, Samoa Joe, Mark Briscoe. Joe, having that attitude about him of, I am the king of television, no one can really dethrone me. Mark Briscoe, yo, my entire being of being a tag team wrestler is now out the window. I've won that title before, I want to win it again.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to step through you to get to that spot. I'm predicting a fantastic match.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
But walking out of Supercard of Honor, it seems like, again, we are in unison. Mark Briscoe takes the win, and I think it's going to be huge for him, considering, again, he's really attached to that tag team wrestling guy, and now that's no longer an aspect for him in his career. And he has achieved some singles success, and I want to see him get back to it, especially with now we're venturing out into something new, which is going to be fun.
Most definitely. I do agree with you
and
on
I
that.
think this is the right stepping stone to continue to progress his already impressive resume.
I do agree. Would you mind taking us into the next one as well, doing a back-to-back just because of pronunciation of names?
Okay. ROH Pure Championship, Wheeler Yuta defends against, and I probably will 100% butcher part of this, if not all of it. So I apologize to anybody that gets mad at me. Please don't hate me too much. Katsuyori Shibata.
Let's say you probably did a lot better than I probably would have.
Probably.
Okay. Give us the predictions.
Again, don't really know the backstory for this one. Because haven't really been able to
kind of see what's been going on, more or less.
Ooh, that was almost bad. Right. So this episode will actually be really quickly because of a lot of us just not knowing entirely what is going on. So we apologize because we are disservicing all of you guys, and that's not fair. But all right, we have Wheeler Yuta, Shibata. We both picked Wheeler Yuta for the sake of familiarity, and that's just kind of, again, what we know, who we know. Plus, I don't think it's time for his reign to come to an end just yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
I mean, you're a little bit more on the expertise of, reigns and particular championships than I am, just because of how long you've been watching wrestling compared to me.
Right.
So jumping into the next match, we have, and I know this is very touching for you, the ROH World Tag Team Championship Jay Briscoe Memorial Reach for the Sky Ladder match. I know that's going to hit home for you, especially when it does come. And Ring of Honor has also said under Tony Khan's, top, that they are now retiring the old titles and giving us new ones.
Well, I mean, it makes sense considering how the circumstances that it's giving us the crowning of new champions.
Yes.
And the fact, I do love that going into this, they had Mark Briscoe announce the match.
Yes.
And the Lucha Brothers as the first competitors.
Well, now that you said it, I didn't get to our competitors just yet. No, you're completely fine. You helped me get that kind of rolling. We have the Lucha Brothers taking on the Kingdom, taking on Top Flight versus Rush and Dralistico, and Aussie Open as your last kind of, person to be entered in this. I'm having really bad brain farts today, obviously, with speaking. So,
well,
you have your last team to be entered in. This one is the only one that we have won against each other on. You chose the Kingdom for your reasons. I chose the Lucha Bros. So your reasoning for the Kingdom?
They're the only OG Ring of Honor team in this match, my guy. Like, I think if we're gonna crown new champions, I think if we're gonna start the tag team division over and off on the right foot, you give it to the Kingdom. Okay. It's been a while since they've held some Ring of Honor gold, Ring of Honor tag team gold. Yeah. And I need to see it happen again for them.
I mean, and you know me, I not necessarily familiarity with this one because I am kind of familiar with at least a good.
You're familiar with most of them, actually.
A good chunk of them.
If not all.
I just love my Lucha Bros.
I know. It's gonna be a damn good match.
Okay. Do you want to take this next one or should I?
I'm gonna let you go ahead and have this one.
Okay, so I want to start off by explaining that when I had set up everything, gotten the predictions and everything, there was not a full participant or a full answer to what this match would be, this next match. So we have winner of Athena versus Emi Sakura will defend the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. There was nothing else at the time to state anything different, and because of us not having the Honors Club, we were unable to know what came next. So we based our predictions off of what we had at the time, both of us choosing Athena to retain and to walk in tonight as the champion. But there was also rumors that the opponent that either one of these women were supposed to have was not showing up or could not show up because of whatever reasons. So I'm unsure what actually is going to be happening tonight, and whatever we can cover via the Ring of Honor Women's Championship will be explained a lot more in our recap.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the best way of saying it.
Honestly, because that's the only way we're going to know what's going on and be able to give you that information is after we actually see what the heck is going on ourselves.
All right, and then take us into our main event.
Ring of Honor World Championship, Claudio Castagnoli and Eddie Kingston, who quit AEW to work for Ring of Honor. I quit working for this boss
to work
for this boss. Kingston, please make it make sense. Apparently, he had some issues in the AEW locker room and was not whatever.
Ain't they the same locker room though?
More or less.
Like,
but you know what? We're just gonna give Kingston the benefit of the doubt.
You know what? All I can see is Kingston being one of those men that's very upset, and he's like, you know what? I'm done with this. Slams the door, goes across the hallway, and opens up the next door. Hey, I'm gonna work here now.
And it's the same thing, but I know this one definitely has some deep-seated roots.
Yes. Just from like even previous works together, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
You're getting ahead of me there.
Well, you said deep-seated roots. I was helping you. I know both of us are having complete brain farts today, and I do apologize to all of our listeners for that. For whatever reason, we are just not necessarily here.
So we definitely have an actual story that I know of.
Okay.
Part of it is definitely, they've worked together in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Kingston, I know in a recent sit down they had, Claudio would definitely threw shots at the fact that Kingston likes to take his balls and run when things aren't necessarily going right for him. Kingston finds our champion Claudio kind of selfish, kind of, hey, you kind of left us high and dry.
Mm-hmm.
Referenced at one point in Claudio's last work before he jumped ship to WWE.
Okay.
That they were supposed to have a work. I guess Kingston was supposed to be put over. It didn't happen that way. Kingston's still very bitter about that.
I mean, I would be too.
I obviously I don't know all of the politics behind those seats.
Okay.
Because that was before I knew anything outside of WWE actually existed.
Okay.
For the most part anyway, because I didn't know about that work. But him coming back.
You weren't fully into it.
Exactly. I wasn't as invested
You're like me.
Then as I am now.
You're like me currently.
So Kingston, being pretty bitter about that situation, was like, hey, I want that title from you. I'm gonna get it. Claudio doesn't think he's ready to step up to the plate. Doesn't think he's gonna be able to get the job done.
Oh yeah.
And of course, their familiarity gives him the right to say that. That is why my pick, your pick for Ring of Honor champion at the end of the night will be Claudio Castagnoli retaining his title. Because just like Wheeler Yuta, I don't think his title reign should really end right now, especially because they're just now getting, their TV time, quote unquote,
for the Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor. We're only 4 or 5 weeks in at this point. I think having him as your champion, having him there, representing your brand week after week, is going to be a very good thing, and I just don't think Kingston is the right opponent to dethrone him.
I mean, my personal pick, aside from, just agreeing with you for this on a majority of it, is I wanted to go against Eddie Kingston because me and you have seen this, and anytime I pick Eddie to win, he wins.
Ends up winning.
I want to see if I can make it switch, and if I don't pick him, I want to see if this dude can actually do it on his own, because you've made the joke that I am his good luck charm.
If he loses tonight, do you not realize how much hell I'm going to give you?
Oh, I'm well aware.
On the recap and during the show.
Oh, I'm well aware. And I am 100% ready for it.
Are you sure you're ready?
You have me at a decent time. Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Cool.
So that actually ends Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. And we will see you guys later tonight and then back to back tomorrow. You guys get a lot out of us.
You're getting a lot out of us. You're going to see a few, or hear a few new voices. I was going to say see a few new faces. Hey, we're not on TV.
No, we're not. We ain't got the looks for that.
You ain't seeing nothing. Correction. You ain't got the looks for that.
Oh, okay. Pyro only got the looks for it if you put a paper bag over him.
Oh, that's how we going.
I'm your sister. I can do that to you. All right. Well, that actually ends up our Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, and we will see you guys later tonight. You will hear from us tonight and tomorrow on everything else that we have to cover in this amazing wrestling weekend. We'll talk to you later, guys.
Laters.